Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Ebony and I'm Erica, and we are here with our hairstylist and our friend Lisa.
Hi.
For the much anticipated hair Q&A. I know y'all been waiting for this. So we've been going to Lisa for about 5 years now. When we first moved out here in LA, we had nobody to do our hair. We actually met her through the girl that was subleasing our apartment. Because her hair was always looking nice. We're like, so we asked her like, who does your hair? And that's what she told us about Lisa. And the rest is history. So y'all asked a bunch of questions for Lisa regarding your hair concerns. So Lisa's gonna answer them. It's gonna be, that's quite a few. So it's gonna be like a long video. So grab a snack. Yeah, grab a pen and paper, take notes. Yes. And we're just gonna get right into the video. All right, so our first question is from Brooke Henderson. She says, what's the difference from semi-permanent color and from permanent hair dye? Can it work for relaxed hair?
Yes, actually, when you have relaxer in your hair, it's most definitely better to use semi-permanent because it doesn't have any peroxide or developer in the product. So then that way, it's just more healthy on your hair.
All right, and Brooke asked another question. If the ends of the relaxed hair feel weird, what should I do? They feel dry. Should I change my hair products?
I would probably say to absolutely, it's most definite, as you see the girls do, have your trims done. So that's really important to maintain your hair with a healthy trim. I would say on average, at least minimum every 3 months. You know, if you're trying to stretch it out, then maybe you do, you know, twice a year, but that's a stretch.
All right.
It's better if we just put it.
Okay. All right, so our next question comes from Shea, and she asks, is it possible to do a second corrective relaxer?
Okay, actually that's a really great question, and you can, however, it's not recommended. If you do, if you want to, definitely it should be done in the salon, and as well as then you use a little bit milder relaxer, like a mild instead of a regular or a super, so just use mild. I never suggest super ever.
All right, and the next question is from Dorcas Later. She says, how do I correct under-processed hair? Do I wait till the next relaxer or do I do it the following week?
I would actually not recommend, because that would then be over-processing.
Yeah,
so yes, yeah, right. No, that would be over-processing. However, you could go in and just do a deep conditioning with a protein, strengthen it out, and then you just follow it with the flat iron for that, you know, for that time.
Okay, so this next question comes from Sweet Cover Girl, and she asks, how often should I trim my hair? I just did it today, so when should I trim my hair next?
I would say that on regular, I would say at least once every 3 months.
We always preach like when needed.
Yeah, when needed, right? Because you can kind of tell. And what you do is you use, you know, you look at your hair and you use the, if you have like, you know, what is this thing you say? Yeah, when you have the line of, you know, density, then you just trim it there. So then that way you have a beautiful, healthy weight level.
All right, the next question is from Sufane Dash. Which relaxer is best for relaxing, lye or no lye?
I would say no lye. I am a proponent for Mazzani, as you know.
Oh yeah, we love Mazzani.
Yes, as you know, we love Mazzani, and that's what keeps my girls fabulous and keeps their hair healthy. So yeah, I like Mazzani because it is a no lye relaxer.
Are there any lye ones out there?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Are box perms lye?
Okay, a lot of the box perms are. They do have lye in them, yes, and then they lie and say it doesn't have lye.
So lye is more harsh.
Yeah, it definitely is harsh.
So y'all can check out, go to the salon.
Yeah, no. Right, exactly. Do it right. Keep it right, keep it tight.
All right, so our next question comes from Nadia Lewis, and she asks, conditioning treatment overnight, is it good for your hair or is it overkill?
I would have to say it's a little much, like overnight thing. It's a little much. It's not necessary unless you feel as though if you're wearing your hair natural without relaxer or without anything, maybe okay, you could, because you can't over condition the hair. It's not a possible thing. However, I would say once you go up to about 30 minutes, you're good to go. You know, you don't need to do more than that. Okay. In answer to your question, it's not really necessary to do it overnight. However, what is important is that you open the cuticle cuticle, because then, you know, if you add heat, so if you're under the dryer or even if you're at home, you can put a plastic cap on and then just use your blow dryer and then heat it up, and then that way you open the cuticle, then the conditioner has the opportunity to deposit in, and then 30 minutes is fine.
This next question is from Latasha Sneed. What are Lisa's top 3 deep conditioners, and what leave-in conditioner does she recommend?
Well, what do you guys like?
I like the one you used. It was the Kerastase.
The Kerastase,
yeah, I love that one.
Yes, the Kerastase is amazing.
Black caviar.
And then yes,
that was, I love that one.
Yes, the black caviar it's literally amazing. It's like that's really good.
Another one that you used. Mizani Moisture Fusion.
The moisture,
I was thinking Mizani's part of my top. Yeah, Mizani and Kerastase. They're all really good.
That's how it went. Yes, exactly. Yep.
So yeah, we'll say those 3: Mizani, Kerastase, and the black caviar.
Yes.
All right, our next question comes from T, and she asks, how do you feel about raw shea butter on the hair, and is it a good heat protection? So a lot of people say shea butter is good for like good natural heat protection.
Right.
And some people say it's like very too thick
because it's so concentrated. I would say a tad bit. It's almost one of those things like you could use a little bit on your skin, you could use a little bit in your hair, you know, put some on your elbows and your knees or whatever, like, you know, but don't use to be overkill. It could be much.
Yeah, it is a natural heat protectant, but it's not anything that you need to slather your hair in.
No.
Okay, the next question is from I Heart Hair 89. She says, how long to stretch your relaxer for the best results?
How long to stretch your relaxer?
We go with 4 years.
I would say that we're pretty good. I mean, you know, the results kind of speak for themselves. Yeah, we do pretty good. Once a year is fine. But what's most important is absolutely visiting the salon, having your ends trimmed, and your moisturizing treatments. As you see,
moisture is important.
It's so important. And then in between the moisture, you have to also do the protein treatments, which is the strengthening, because you want to keep the hair strong, healthy, growing well. But trims are vital. You have to keep it trimmed.
Okay, so this question is from Paula C, and she asks, could you please ask her about the proper use of protein conditioners and leave-ins for us relaxed hair girls who do our hair at home? How often should we use it? Then she asked about reconstructor versus light protein conditioners, and what are the best protein types for relaxed hair, keratin, wheat, or silk? Her last one is, should you avoid protein if it makes your hair too dry?
Okay, so it absolutely is possible to over-proteinize the hair, and when I say that, it's because what the protein does, it goes into your cuticle layer of your hair and it strengthens it. However, it's the balance between the two. So the balance between protein and moisture is very important, and I would say keratin is what our hair is actually, the molecular structure of our hair is keratin. So we would go more so with keratin, not wheat or silk, not too much, because it coats the hair.
It
kind of sits on here. It doesn't actually go into the cuticle.
And like, how often should you like do protein treatments?
I would probably say once a month for sure, absolutely. With combination of moisture, but not by itself. I wouldn't.
Because when you do our protein treatments, you make sure you do it like a moisturizing conditioner.
Yes, exactly, and it's really important. Yeah. I like the Afrogy.
Afrogy
is really, really good. That's great. But that treatment is only recommended about every 3 months. So that's not a once a month.
Yeah, I know. I only get my protein treatments like twice a year.
Protein and then we do the moisture.
I think because I only wash my hair once a month. So I think regular people usually wash their hair more often than regular people. So well, not regular people. Well, what are we?
No,
regular people.
Yeah, that's just
no people.
Who are they? Who are those people? Who are they?
They wash their hair more frequently than we do. So maybe you could up the protein usage, I guess. But yeah, we usually do ours like. I usually do mine like twice. So
I think exactly. So we do the moisturizing, but I think about once every 3 months is good. So about 3 or 4 times a year is good.
All right, and the next question is from Kalisha Jones. This is a good one. She says, I'd like to know if salon products really make a difference. I currently use both salon and drugstore, but was thinking of switching over to all salon. So I guess
it does make a difference. Okay. Yeah, it does make a difference. The thing is that you really have to take notice of diversion, and that's just when you have salon products that are in the drugstore and you feel as though you were recommended to that product, but it's really important to actually purchase your product in a salon environment so that way you know it's good. It's not expired, because that does make a difference as well. If it spoils in the bottle, it's not going to be great for your hair. I recommend, of course, I've been doing hair for 23 years, so I do recommend only the best, and that's just how we do.
Alright, so our next question is from Tanel28, and she asks, please ask her how to deal with hard water on relaxed hair and how to deal with your hair and scalp when you work out multiple times a week.
Yeah, that's huge. That's super important. I would have to say that you have to make sure and keep your moisture routine to a point. Like, it has to be down pat, because we live in California and the water here has lots of minerals. It's hard. It's hard water. It's hard. So basically what you want to do is do a clarifying shampoo, and that's hugely important. The clarifying is very important. So I would recommend using I would recommend doing a co-wash. As you're working out, you want to make sure to just cleanse your hair and not, you don't want to pull too much of the moisture. Everything else, just do a co-wash.
Alright, and the next question is from Tori Hunt. She says, what tips would you give for people trying to find a new hairdresser? I'm studying abroad 45 minutes away from London, and I need to find a good hairdresser. I know to look at stylist reviews and Instagram page, maybe go for a consultation, but is there anything else you would suggest?
I would absolutely suggest going for a consultation first. Absolutely, without a doubt. It shouldn't be something that is charged for. You should be able to go in, talk, and feel comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable with your stylist, this is a relationship that lasts forever. And if you're not comfortable, then don't do it. I lived in London for 3 years, so I was on the West End. And I would highly recommend looking at their reviews. It makes a huge difference. And then going in, really bottom line is just the comfortability as well as their skill set. Make sure they're licensed, please. That's just say, that's huge. Professionalism means a lot, yes, so do that. And then ask your friends, ask your coworkers, you're new in town, people who have been there for longer than you have.
That's how we found you. We asked around.
Right, precisely.
Somebody with nice hair, like, oh, what is your hair?
Precisely, that makes a big difference, because then you have at least a glimpse of an idea as to what they can do besides just falling in love with their personality.
Alright, this next one is another question from iHeartHair89, and she asked, what are your favorite professional relaxers? My stylist used Design Essentials.
Oh yes, I'm a big fan of, yes, absolutely. Love, love, love. That's a good product as well. And I used it before in the past, many years ago I used it, and I do like it. It's great. It's wonderful. She's using it, it works, you like it, it's good. It's very good. Yeah.
We love Design.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, this next question is from We Are One channel. Single strand knots, should you cut them or just ignore them?
Oh, okay. Do your best to work them out. Do not ignore them at all, because then you have that would be a problem. If you feel as though you did your best starting from the end, always starting from the end, working up. If you feel as though it's giving you a little trouble, then yes, you can trim them. But I mean, just trim the knots. Don't do too much.
All right, another question from iHeartHair89. I get relaxers twice a year, but I want to get highlights. I'm nervous. Any tips?
Oh yeah, that's great. I love color. I specialize in color. Love, love, love. I would say the #1 tip would be is if you don't currently have any color in your hair, I would say to use just hair color versus doing bleaching or highlighting with bleach, because bleach is very, very, very harsh on the hair, and with relaxed hair, our hair is just already the cuticles and it's already open so much that it can definitely be damaged by that. So I would just recommend using hair color, and it's possible to do that. You use a high lip tint, and then also you use up to about 20 to 30 volume peroxide, nothing higher than that.
Did you say you wanted highlights? I did. I still might get them.
Yeah, a few. Like we could just put a few in. Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, just like a little pop.
And the next question is from Legs. She says, "What are some good daily products to use for breakage until you're able to wash and do an after treatment?"
Oh, okay. So in between, it's really important to obviously moisturize. I would say the Rose H2O by Mizani. It is, you would want to just use a tad bit, so just like a quarter size amount throughout your hair. Start from the ends and work up, and then that way you, you know, keep your hair moisturized in between your protein treatments.
I feel like this video should be sponsored by Mazani. I know, right?
I'm working on it. Come on. I thought about that one time. I'm like, enough.
They talking Mazani a lot. So anybody from Mazani, if you're watching this video, I mean, it's not sponsored, but if y'all want to.
No, I'm gonna reach out to David. I know, I have a guy there. I have a guy inside.
Alright, so this next question is from Sufane Dash, and she asked, what is the main cause of split ends?
I would just have to say, if you're not combing your hair out correctly. So it's so important, you know, obviously, and I mean, I say obviously, but maybe it's not obvious to a lot of people, but you have to start from the ends up and work your way up. If you're
a lot of people rake through their hair.
Right, if you're doing that, it's not a good look, and you will create split ends, but you won't only create split ends, you'll create breakage throughout the shaft of your hair, and then that's where the lack of growth is going to happen, so you're not going to see any growth happening there. Have to, if you like it or not, must trim your hair at least once every 3 months. At least, it's a must. It just is.
Alright guys, so that's all for our Q&A with Lisa. Thank you so much for doing this video with us. This has been a long time coming. We're so glad we could do it with you. Just answer all your questions.
Yes, anything else, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, we'll have our information below, like her Instagram and all that, and email as well. And yeah, so hopefully the questions helped you guys out. Hopefully you got some product ideas that you can go out to the store and buy. And we'll have it, like Ebony said, we'll have it linked in our Amazon store. Yeah. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching our video, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.